think of ourselves as, the personality that we think we have, is not set in stone. It's a construct of our thinking, and our thinking is a construct of the conditioning that we've had in our past. And so what we think of as who we are, all the faults and all the highlights and all the things that we would like to change and all of the things that we think are good about ourselves, these are just a construct that is made up in the mind, in thought. And we started making up that construct when we were really, very young. And we built on that construct with every experience that we had and the way that we constructed that experience in our mind. What we thought that experience meant about who we were. What we decided that experience told us about who we were. And what we decided we were either lacking or had as an advantage in that experience. And so in this construct of who we are, we've made it up by deciding we were good or bad in that moment. And it was decided by a brain that was maybe under a little bit of stress or under some influence of other people or other people's judgment or our own judgment about something already in existence. And so we're not always making it up with a clear idea of the truth of that experience. I've spoken to so many people, and I've had this experience myself so many times, where we have something happen to us or happen in our lives. We decide the meaning of it, and it sets up for us a way of dealing with the world, a way of thinking about ourselves. And if we wanted to change the way that we think about ourselves or the way that we deal with the world or the way that we experience our happiness and joy in the world, we have to change the meaning that we make of it. And quite bizarrely and interestingly and curiously is if we go back sometime into the past and we re-look that experience, we can change that experience or the meaning it made quite easily, especially if we have a guide on hand to help us to see it from a slightly different angle. So I'll give you an example. I had a client who had this amazing project that he was busy doing, and he really threw himself headlong into this project. And he was, I thought, pretty incredible. But in the end, the project did not succeed as he had hoped it would. And the meaning that I made of that for him was how incredibly proud I was about how he had just gone to the wall with this thing, how he'd thrown himself with all of his energy and all of his motivation and all of himself at this thing and given it everything. But the meaning he made of it was, it didn't succeed. It is a failure. I am a failure. My story was this incredible hero's journey of how brave and amazing he'd been at throwing himself headlong into this project. And his story was, it didn't work, I'm a failure. And just allowing that possibility to remake that story can take him from being a complete failure in his own mind to being this amazing, incredible man who's willing to take something to the wall, to throw himself bravely at an experience, which I think is an amazing attribute. So when we start to look at creating a change inside of ourselves where we can start to love ourselves and we can start to appreciate ourselves and start to see ourselves as a person that is worthwhile and valuable and start to have confidence in that, it's really useful to go and remake those old stories. To go and look at those defining moments that told us who we were from a whole new point of view. And the best way to do this is to do this with a guide, because somebody else can always very easily come up with 1,000 different ways to reinterpret something. But if you don't have a guide, sit down with a journal, write that story, and then go and look at it with fresh eyes and say, well, if I were to rewrite the story in a way that would make me feel better about myself, make me feel good about myself, what would I rewrite it as? And rewrite it and see if you can't rewrite it 3 or 4 or 5 times. And if you can rewrite it 5 times in 5 different ways, then choose the one that makes you feel good, because it is no less true than the one that made you feel bad. In fact, perhaps it is more true, because it's the way of finding that essence of your greatness, which really does exist.